Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a vlog style video. I haven't really done a vlog style yet, but I wanted to show everybody what our house is like before we get to the decor. That's what I've been focusing on up until this point, but there's like a lot of work that goes into this house before we get to do what I consider the fun stuff. So today, we are going to be working on this window here. We had to replace this window only, but the previous homeowners had replaced these two side windows and they did drop-ins, meaning they kept the old frame and they literally just chopped it out and put a new window in. It created a lot of issues like getting them to match up. And so this project should have been very simple, like replacing the window, removing the trim, sealing, which we've already done, like the spray foam. However, since the windows are all wonky, we have to make a custom one. Do you know why they use such long nails? It's ridiculous.
It has to go through the trim and the drywall and hit wood behind it.
Most of our projects are just removing nails, to be honest.
Why are you using such a small hammer?
It's satisfying to watch you demo.
What?
Why? I don't know. Because we're headed to the next phase of the project. Fresh start. Okay, so there's like these wood scraps. And also a lot of caulk down here. So I need to go find a razor blade. This is our basement. I actually just organized. Okay, they said to grab the yellow one. So the previous homeowners used like a ton of caulk. And so we need to cut all this away. Otherwise the new trim will not sit flush against the window. So I'm trying to do that now. But it's sort of annoying, obviously. I think as long as it's flush, it's okay. So because we were waiting on this window, we had left this here, which we just took out, but also the door frame needed to be redone. So we're doing it all at once today, but we have this piece of metal here from the old
strike plate.
Old strike plate, okay. So we're trying to figure out, I don't know who left that in there.
I did.
Uh-oh, we left it in there.
It's the old strike plate, so we replaced it and it's still left here. So
Oh.
I'm finally pulling it out now that I have access with the door casing off.
So I started tackling this whole wall today. Although it's gonna be more than a day. It needed a lot of work, so. And there's Hank. Well, Hank. Hi. Old strike plate has been removed. Okay, I decided to take a break from the window project, and I want to check on my tomato plants, which are actually doing really well this year. However, I didn't know that these were indeterminate, I believe, so they'll just like keep growing. So I have one back here that has 3 tomatoes on it, and it can't stand up, and so it's getting all like bent there. So my plan was maybe tie it to the tree. So I have some tomato plants out back that I have strings tied from like something much higher, and then I just wrap the tomato plant around it, and then the tomato plant grows around the string. I don't know if this one will be able to do it. I feel like I still might need to tie it. And then that way this tomato plant can just keep growing. I feel like it looks pretty good now. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then I will check on it later. So my job getting rid of this caulk was rated good enough. So that's good. Also, you can see here our walls are like plaster. Not all of them are plaster though. So that's interesting. So now we're moving on to like patching the drywall, because as you can see, there's some issues. I don't know, this might like fall out if I touch it. This is very satisfying. Oops. Also, we've tested the paint for lead. I think.
So here I'm going to try to sand down the high spots from where the window casing met up with the wall paint. There may be many years or layers of paint here. So I want to flatten off the high spots so that when I do a little skim coat with drywall mud, I don't hit any bumps. I can get a little bit smoother result. And this is following I already passed with the scraper to kind of knock down the first bumps. Now this is to smooth it out.
There's a lot of parts to this that aren't very exciting, but I feel like are necessary to getting like a good job. A good final product. Okay, so now we're working on this area that like I peeled the plaster coating off on. And so now we are going to mud it. If the camera would focus. There we go. Got some mud mixed up. And we have this tape stuff. What is it called?
The fiberglass mesh tape.
Okay.
To help reinforce it.
I just can't believe how fragile the wall was. Like the plaster coating. So for our renovation projects in general, I think we're going like above and beyond what most homeowners are willing to do. Like I think most people wouldn't have even like removed the trim on the windows, and they honestly probably would have just done like a drop-in for this window here as well. So like a lot of these problems I feel like wouldn't have even been like uncovered. So we're doing like basically a lot of extra work, but I think it's worth it. This is a big area.
Yes. See if I can fill this all in.
Is this special mud you're using? Is this the one that dries fast?
I'm using a quick set mud.
Okay. We've become mudding experts, so we have the quick set, and I think that's the one we use to fill the big gaps. Like you see, we already filled this hole there. Just like put a ton of mud there. So you want the quick set one, otherwise I don't even know, will it ever dry? It will, but I think it shrinks, right? The regular mud will shrink a lot.
Regular mud will shrink a lot more because there's more water in it. Quick set mud cures. And I think it holds a lot better to the mesh tape. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what I've read.
So you have your mesh tape. Mesh tape.
I wanted to get just a base layer down so I have something to plant this into. Then I'll go over a second time to really impregnate it.
And this is just to help hold it all in.
Yeah, so we don't get more cracking. And especially in some of these larger gap-filled areas, there's so much mud it might droop or move a little bit before it actually finishes curing.
Let's see.
So the tape just kind of helps keep it all together.
So I think we're gonna be doing this for a while, like in terms, because once this is done, then we have to sand it and probably do another coat. So I think we will check back in once we finish mudding and sanding, because it takes a long time to for it to dry, to get another layer and to sand it. So I will check back in a few days.